Boxing is the most watched combat sport on the planet, and every year we see fighters from all around the globe put their gloves on and step into the ring to prove they are the best pound-for-pound boxer in the world. Welcome to Who's Number 1. In this video, we are going to take a look at the top 10 boxers in the world, reviewing their accomplishments, belts won, and professional record, to give a verdict on who the finest pound-for-pound boxer in the world is right now. Before starting, let us know who you think is going to be number 1. With that said, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Number 10, Artur Beterbiev. Artur Beterbiev is a unified and undefeated champion at 175 pounds, having held the IBF title since 2017, the WBC title since 2019 and the WBO title since 2022. With a record of 19 wins and no losses, the Russian-Canadian slugger is the true definition of a knockout artist, with all of his wins coming by way of knockout. The now 38-year-old Beterbiev got hold of the IBF light heavyweight world title when he knocked out Enrico Colling in the 12th round of their 2017 bout, and he added the WBC and WBO world titles to his collection after respective wins over Alexander Gvozdyk and Joe Smith Jr. Number 9, Dmitry Bivol. When you put a chink in the armor of Canelo Alvarez, defeating him in a title bout, you earn yourself a spot on the list of the 10 best boxers in the world. Bivol pulled off one of the most surprising wins in the last few years, handing Canelo his second career loss, the first one after more than 10 years, when he was defeated by all-time great Floyd Mayweather. A message was sent by Bivol to the boxing world, and it said that he is here to stay. The 32-year-old from Kyrgyzstan is the light heavyweight world boxing champion and has had big wins over Jean Pascal and Joe Smith Jr., among others. Bivol was the Boxer of the Year in 2022, is the holder of the WBA light heavyweight title since 2017, and holds a record of 21 wins and no losses. Number 8, Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo has long been recognized as one of the most talented fighters in the sport, but he hadn't quite put it all together yet to make his way into the conversations regarding the best of the best. Now, he has. The American holds a record of 35 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. His only loss came in 2018 against Tony Harrison, where he lost his WBC light middleweight title. From there, Charlo became locked in on his way to becoming the undisputed light middleweight champion of the world, avenging his loss against Harrison in 2019 to regain his WBC title, before knocking off Jason Rosario and most recently Brian Castano to own 4 of the 5 belts in the division. The 33-year-old Charlo has held the WBC title since 2019, the WBA Super, IBF, and Ring Magazine title since 2020, and the WBO title since 2022. Number 7, Devin Haney. Devin Haney is the unified undisputed and undefeated lightweight champion of the world, holding the WBC, WBO, IBF, and WBA Super titles. Blessed with amazing technical defensive skills and a jab to keep opposition at bay, Haney has all of the makings of a star and potential great in the sport. He defended his titles against Vasily Lomachenko just 2 months ago, and before that, he dominated George Kambosos Jr. for a second time to retain all of his belts. And he has already called out Gervonta Davis. The lightweight division might be the deepest in boxing currently, and there is no doubt Devin Haney sits atop the throne, and he isn't dodging any smoke either. At just 24 years old, Haney has already had 30 fights, and has won every single one of them, for a professional record of 30 wins and no losses. Number 6, Tyson Fury. There's no division more popular in boxing than heavyweight, and Tyson Fury epitomes just that. Standing at 6'9" and weighing 265 pounds, the Gypsy King offers fans a very unique style, with unorthodox movement, cat-like elusiveness, and devastating power. There's no boxer in the world quite like Fury, and that's why he has endeared himself to fans from all corners of the globe. His trilogy with Deontay Wilder pushed him into superstardom, and now, at 34 years old, his name is amongst the greatest heavyweight fighters to have ever fought. With his defeat of Wilder, Fury became the 3rd heavyweight after Floyd Patterson and Muhammad Ali to hold the Ring Magazine title twice, and is widely considered by media outlets to be the lineal heavyweight champion. He has held the WBC heavyweight title since 2020, and he previously held the unified WBA Super, IBF, WBO, and IBO titles from 2015 to 2016. The England-born Fury sports a professional record of 33 wins, no losses, and 1 draw, including 24 knockouts. Number 5, Naoya Inoue. Naoya Inoue cemented his status as the top 118-pound fighter in boxing, and as one of the top fighters in the world, with a lopsided knockout win over Paul Butler that made Inoue boxing's fourth current undisputed champion. Inoue has a record of 24 wins, including 21 KOs, and no losses, and when the three-weight boxing champion won the World Boxing Super Series in 2019, he left no questions on who the best bantamweight fighter in the world is. At 30 years old, Inoue is already the greatest boxer in the history of Japan, and he is the former undisputed bantamweight world champion, having held the WBA Super, IBF, and Ring Magazine titles between 2019 and 2023, and the WBC and WBO titles between 2022 and 2023. He's one of the most dominant fighters in recent memory, and has earned his place amongst the best of the best. Number 4, Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. walked away with minor injuries from a car accident in 2019, recovered from a torn retina that impeded him from fighting Manny Pacquiao, and from a collision that left him with minor bumps and bruises, to end up becoming the holder of 3 of the 4 belts in the welterweight division, all of which he took from the previous title holder. Spence's record is of 28 wins and no losses, and after stopping Yordenis Ugas to pick up a third piece of the 147-pound title, Spence looked the part of the best welterweight fighter in the world for the first time since his 2019 title fight with Sean Porter. Spence is on an upward trajectory after his latest showing, and, with wins over Kell Brook, Mikey Garcia, and Danny Garcia under his belt, there is no denying the 33-year-old's resume. Number 3, Terence Crawford. The current holder of the WBO welterweight crown, which he has held since 2018, Terence Crawford is a supremely skilled boxer who often puts on scintillating performances. Crawford has won world titles in 3 weight classes. He held the WBO and Ring Magazine lightweight titles from 2014 to 2015, and from 2015 to 2017, he held the combined WBA Super, WBC, IBF, WBO, and Ring Light welterweight titles. He was the first undisputed light welterweight champion since Kostya Tsayu in 2004, and he is the first male boxer since Jermaine Taylor in 2005 to hold all 4 major world titles, being one of only 9 male boxers in history to do so. The 35-year-old Crawford sports a record of 39 wins and no losses, with 30 of those wins coming by knockout. We are still waiting for a fight between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford to crown the best welterweight boxer, and maybe even a new number 1 boxer in the world. Number 2, Canelo Alvarez. Canelo is without a doubt the finest pound-for-pound fighter of the contemporary period, equipped with extraordinary punching power that makes him a perfect knockout machine. He is a 4-weight boxing champion, holding titles from light middleweight to light heavyweight, including 3 unified titles and 2 lineal titles. The Mexican superstar represents arguably the most boxing-crazed nation in the world at the highest levels of the sport, and has big wins over Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and Gennady Golovkin. Canelo is the first and only boxer in history to be an undisputed super middleweight champion, having held the WBA Super, WBC, and Ring Magazine belts since 2020, as well as the IBF and WBO titles since 2021. A master counterpuncher with dynamite power in both fists, the 32-year-old Canelo sports a professional record of 58 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. With everything we have said, Canelo would be number 1 on many lists, but there is just one boxer who deserves it more, and that is Number 1, Alexander Usyk. Holding every heavyweight title except for the WBC one, and with a record of 20 wins and no losses, Alexander Usyk is the baddest man on the planet. Standing at 6'3" and weighing 220 pounds, Usyk is a 2-weight world champion who cleared out the cruiserweight division and is close to doing the same at heavyweight. The 36-year-old has held the unified WBA Super, IBF, and WBO heavyweight belts since 2021, and the Ring Magazine heavyweight title since 2022. From 2018 to 2019, he was the undisputed cruiserweight champion, becoming the first boxer in that weight class to hold all 4 major world titles. Usyk became one of only 3 boxers to unify the cruiserweight and heavyweight world championships with his win over Anthony Joshua in 2021. He has also defeated Michael Hunter, Marco Huck, Maryse Briedis, and Murat Gassiev, but there is one thing that boxing purists still expect from Usyk, and that is for him to step in the ring to fight Tyson Fury, a fight that would crown the unified heavyweight champion and probably the best boxer in the world. Until that happens, the Ukrainian claims the number 1 spot. Do you agree with our pick? Do you think a fight between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence would crown a new number one? Or maybe it would be a fight between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you have enjoyed the video, be sure to smash the thumbs up button and subscribe so you can become part of the Who's Number One family. And as always, we will see you in the next video.